Hey guys, welcome to the next tutorial for ethical hacking and penetration testing via Kali Linux. So in the previous tutorial, I showed you as to how we can go ahead and gather information using Nmap if you are on the same gateway. And if you are not on the same gateway, then you can go ahead and use the DNS and the WHOIS methods to gather the IP addresses of any specific person. As of now, I'm assuming you are on the same gateway and you have the IP address the same way I told you last time. So now I want the operating system information about this specific IP address. So what I would do, I would go ahead and use my Nmap. I'll type the IP address over here, 0.168.236.131. And as you can see, there are different types of scan over here. If you go down, if the operating system you are trying to get access to is related to a company, it's a big company and you're trying to get information about that, then I won't suggest intense scan or intense neither of these things. I would not suggest that. I'll just go ahead and ask you to do a regular scan or a slow and comprehensive scan so that you don't get detected. But I will be doing you all of these scans and I'll show you what is the difference between them and the different hops between them as to how we can go ahead and connect them, how many between routers were there in between, so that through which I need to go through to go ahead and get information about that. So I'll just do intense scan. It is doing a stealth scan. So these are the open ports, as you can see, of this particular PC and I can go ahead and use any of this port to go ahead and transfer my any Trojan or any virus that I have, and it will not get detected. It will just check it as a normal traffic. As you can see, 4 service and 1 host, it's trying to go ahead and try OS detection. Can take quite a bit of time sometimes. Perfect, done. Perfect. So these were the ports open and it started scanning for the OSS. So there are a total of 996 filtered ports, and filtered means these are firewall ports. You won't be able to enter these ports, but these are the ports which are open. Out of these 996, excluding these 996, these are 4 ports which are open through which you can go ahead and access them. That's Windows Microsoft RPC and Windows HTTP API, and these are the 2 NetBIOS SSN. But if you're using Windows 8, let me suggest you that these would be all filtered out and there will not be any port open if you have an updated version of Windows 8.1. But still, there can be ways you can social engineer your way through that. As you can see, the MAC address is of VMware. It's specifically showing that. If you don't know which company's MAC address this is, you can just copy it over here. And if it is related to a specific PC, then you can go over the internet and you can check. MAC address, and yes, you can go ahead and check it over here. You can find the company lookup and you can just type the IP address. Probably it will not be able to find. Yeah, it's perfect. That means anything starting with 000C29 is of VMware. If I go ahead and check it over here, okay, yeah, I need to go down through system. And over here I can see, so this will give you an idea of which hardware is the person using exactly. I'm getting VMware over here, but if since I'm using a virtual PC, but if the person has an actual hardware which is not a VMware, which is an actual computer, then you will get the detailed information. So let me just check the MAC ID and I'll go ahead and copy this MAC ID over here that we have, and I will paste it over here in this portion. So what I would do, I'll just cancel. I'll just go open over here and I'll check. I need to go ahead and check the MAC ID. So I believe we have the MAC ID over here. Okay, IPv6 address, perfect. We have the MAC ID. So I'll just type it over here, FC-AA -14 -45 5E 64, and let's check what we get. Perfect, it has the gigabyte technology and company limited. So if you want more information, you can just go ahead and compare it, and you can check it over here, and you will be able to confirm which exactly it is. Since this is a gigabyte technology, you can see the my system manufacturers gigabyte technology company limited. So in this way you can get the you can go ahead and at least narrow down your hardware area as to which exactly it is using. And where you have the hardware right now you need to go know which operating system is the person using. So you don't need to go ahead and gather much information about that, but because you already have that. Once you do Nmap scanning, it will show you that it's general purpose for phone or a normal system. And but you know it's not a phone since it has gigabyte technology. That means it's a computer, and it's not a virtual PC. And you can see it has Windows version 8 or Phone or Vista or 7. It can be either of these, but since it's using gigabyte technology, it cannot be Phone or Vista because no one uses Vista as of now, yes, frankly. So it will be a Windows 2008 server or a Windows 7. So but over here again, these are the things as you can see, but again it has narrowed it down a bit more, and it can be Windows 2000 R2 or Windows Phone, which is not. So I'll just cancel these things out. This is out, and we have it. So it can be Windows Server SP Pack 1 or Windows 7 or any of versions. And this operating system was last started on May 13, that's today, at 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon. So you have the date since how much time it is up, and it's just one hop. That means there are no computers in between. These are connected directly. If I'm connecting it through internet, then there will be multiple computers through all the routes through which I'm going, and it will show me through the fish eye as to where exactly my computer is by connecting it to several computers. And as you can see, we have the TCP sequence prediction, that is 263. That means we can easily go ahead and penetrate into that. Again, operating system is Windows, and we have all the information that we need. So the computer name was test user, since